a spare host today. You probably can't hear me very well because I'm not close enough to the mic. If you're not watching this, that is not me panting or Josh panting. That is Mars, my Sprocker Spaniel, panting because it is hot and he is hot.
Bless him. Look at him. Hot dog.
Boy, you're a good boy. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
nice. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Horizon podcast. Have we? Is it just the? We haven't really come up for a name for this podcast, have we? Is it just the Horizon podcast?
Well, it's being put out as the Horizon Strength podcast. Right there, you get my
Horizon Strength podcast. That's
yeah,
it. My
the
bad.
Horizon. Yeah, this is the Horizon Strength podcast. It is delivered by. Can you just see Mars's head? It is delivered by your two favourite coaches, Coach Jack and Coach Josh, because frankly we're the best. And yeah, the whole goal is to give you better stories to tell, give you a more exciting life, and make you feel confident and capable. How's that?
Yeah. Sounds fucking wonderful. If
Sounds
you're
wonderful.
wanting to get out and adventure and do cool shit rather than just focus on looking good in the mirror or doing your basic gym stuff, you actually want to go and find a mountain, climb it, or swim in the sea, then this is the podcast for you. That was my intro. I think mine was better than yours.
I mean, there was definitely more energy there, I'm not going to lie, but I had a dog, so...
All right. Yeah, well, mine aren't here, so I can't do anything about that.
That's fair. How are you anyway, mate? How's it been? How have you been dealing in this insane heat that we are not used to?
As I said to you prior to us jumping on live, is that I have changed my t-shirt 3 times today. It's been very hot. For those of you who don't know, in the UK here, it's currently a heat wave, and for the UK, that is about 27 degrees, and a lot of you are probably laughing if you're not from the UK and from somewhere a bit hotter, but for us, this basically the country shuts down, schools closed, a lot of businesses closed. It's the hottest June ever recorded in the UK at the moment.
So I think I might have said this a few weeks ago or a couple of weeks ago on our first episode. My brother was over and he lives in Australia. He was over a couple of weeks ago. And when he got here, he said, it was when we had like that other mini heat wave in May, and he was like, it's really fucking hot here. And he lives in Australia where it goes over 40 in the summer, and he was like, it's just different here. It hits worse. So that kind of validated me a little bit in my little bitchiness. What is quite funny is that one of the things that we say as part of the mindset stuff is don't complain about the weather because you can't change it. And I do try to keep that in mind sometimes, but fuck it, sometimes I'm just gonna bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sat in front of the desk a lot this week, not really been getting out in it, and I've been sat in front of the desk in my pants, sweating.
There's some imagery for you guys.
Yeah. Just it's been brutal.
I'm going to clip that, right? I'm going to clip that because what I've discovered YouTube does now is it creates AI thumbnails. So I'm just going to clip that bit, upload it as a short, and create an AI thumbnail from it.
Well, the last AI thumbnail for the last episode is me swimming in the water with my glasses on.
No. So I shared that screenshot on my stories earlier on, and Emily from class, she messaged straight away saying, I just love this because Josh is swimming in his glasses. And I just instantly replied, well, how else is he supposed to see?
I'm not blind.
Well, yeah, but you want to see those sharks coming up on you, don't you? So there is always that.
I'd rather not see them. I'd rather not panic before I get bit. Yeah. But yeah, everything's good. It's hot. But other than that, we're living a dream. And this week, if you have not noticed, we launched, and this will be a week after actually, we launched our, I don't know if I'm meant to be saying this right now.
Yeah. You rock. Yeah. I'm just interested about the fact your brain just rebooted for a second as you were saying it, but it's okay.
Yeah, I literally, I was started speaking and my brain went, why are you here? What are you doing? So this week we launched our updated version of our school community, the Adventure Ready Strength Club. We added, I think, like 12-week programs. We added a bunch of live follow along workout videos. We've added a bunch of new stuff to the community. So we launched a lot of new crazy stuff, which is really exciting. So if you're interested, go check it out. We have a 7-day free trial on there with our 7-day lock-in challenge. If you're trying to get started, the link will be in the description. But yeah, that was cool. We launched that this week as well. So yeah, it's all exciting. It's been an exciting week. A
I'll
hot
tell you
week.
what I'm going to do right now, Josh. If you reckon you can carry on speaking for just a second, I am going
I
to
can
share the
speak.
screen, and then
Don't
people.
need to keep speaking because you spoke for me.
But yeah, okay, I have. Yeah, you don't need to speak. Shut up. So right here we have the Adventure Ready Strength Club. Um, although look at this now, I don't know why some of this stuff is showing up like it is, but
It's
it doesn't
because
matter.
it's as a non-member.
Ah, okay. And yeah, this is what we have on offer. So we have got loads. I think I worked it out, and there is definitely 2 years worth, if not more, of programs already on there. And that's not to overwhelm anyone. We're definitely not going to overwhelm you, but it's it's all specific. Like if you join up, you're going to know which one you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, then we have the Adventure Ready Strength program, which is a rolling program that changes up every 4 weeks. And we also have anywhere between 10 to it's only 10 to 20 minutes so far, but some of them might go up to 30 minutes. So 10 to 30-minute live workouts to follow along to as well. So we've got you covered.
You fully covered, and we're going to be adding more as well. We've
Mm-hmm.
already got some in the pipeline that we want to add. So we're going to be doing that. Jeez, you can see how hot it is. I've already got sweat patch on my t-shirt. This is
Nice.
fresh on. Yeah, so we're going to be adding more programs, more live workouts. We're going to be adding a ton of stuff, which is exciting. But enough of that rubbish. What's been going on for you, Jack, this week?
Um, it's been emotional. So my truck is in hospital again. So I've been walking everywhere in this hot weather, and it has been a bit grim. Um, I've done one run to test my calves, but I have been cycling and walking a lot. So the cycling is so good for my running because it really helps with hills. Like it makes me feel like I can just straight up run up most hills, and I actually get bored trying to walk up the hills now. So when I
Hmm.
actually do my race, I can actually decide with my watch. It asks me, do I want to push on the hills or relax on the hills? And that's
Hmm.
going to be a decision I want to make. And I think just the way my brain's wired, I'm going to want to push on the up of the hills and then just take it a bit easier on the down of the hills. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think that'd be quite good. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. That the biking is good.
That's what I found when I was doing a lot of heavy cycling, is that when it came to hills, the best way always to deal with them was to just attack them.
Hmm.
So you come up to a hill and you just attack it straight away, build as much speed as possible, and just go for it. Get through that hill as fast as you can, and then at the top you can start to peel off, rest. You can on the downhill you can rest as much as you need, all of that sort of stuff. But really hit those hills, and that really massively increases your fitness.
Mm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I guess on a bike, you've kind of got to attack the uphill anyway, because downhill you're just like plain sailing. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I mean, it carries across to the running. I have got my next run, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be sweaty and horrible. But it's fun. It's one of those mental fortitude things. But it's going to be a 40-minute fartlek. So that'd be fun. It would just be interesting to see if I nut up or shut up. Basically, I'd be curious to know how hard I push myself on it. I can't remember what the difficulty is supposed to be now, but yeah, I want to get something decent. If I can get trail running is so different to road running, and it all just depends which
Hmm.
way I go. But if I can get like 7K, I'll be more than happy with that. That'd be good. Six and a half, 7K would be like what I'd be aiming for in that 40 minutes.
Nice, nice,
Mm,
awesome. Sounds great, man. Just fucking getting after it.
yeah, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, my swimming's doing all right. I was a bit poorly over the weekend, so I couldn't swim, unfortunately, but I managed to get in early this week, and I did a 4 kilometer swim. which I've never swam that far before. It was in the pool, mind, but it's 160 lengths,
Oof.
which sucks. And there was one realization I came to when I was doing it, which I think I said in my socials post the other day, is that I don't know what I'm going to think about for 15 kilometers in the water. Because that's potentially going to be like 9 hours of me just swimming. And I got bored of thinking for 4 kilometers. I don't know, like, it's going to be really hard to keep myself entertained while I'm swimming. It's not like cycling or running where you can just like stick some headphones in. I know there are swimming headphones you can get, but I imagine they're well expensive and I'm not going to buy them.
I've
But
I've thought of a solution to this. I haven't told you this yet, but you did mention about not knowing what to think about on the way. Now, I'm going to be in a
go on, tell
support
me.
kayak for some of this, right? Now, we all know we've spoken about this at length about your irrational fear of deep sea creatures. So all I'm going to do is follow you in a kayak and just chuck chum in the water behind you,
Fuck
and
off.
then just so just
No,
like fish guts and worms and stuff like that behind you, and then all you'll be thinking is, I need to survive whatever's going to come out of the water and start chasing me.
No, because I need to manage my heart rate and energy levels the whole time. If I'm just like high stress cortisol the whole thing, I'll burn out really fast.
But
So,
then we'll know how you'll fare in a zombie apocalypse being chased by fast zombies then as well. So I don't want to be with any weak ass person who can't like keep up his end if we're surviving. So
yeah, see, I'll be fine in a zombie apocalypse as long as we're not in the water swimming next to sharks. Yeah,
yeah, that's a good point. Everyone thinks in the zombie apocalypse if you die you get killed by a zombie, but who says you aren't going to get eaten by a shark?
yeah, yeah, exactly. But yes, swimming's going well. I'm swimming tomorrow in the sea for the first time in a while.
Nice.
Um, I'm dreading it because I know it's jellyfishes are everywhere at the moment.
Yes, they are.
But
They are. What are they called? They are called. They're not compass jellyfish. They are something else. Ah,
compass jellyfish do sting you.
yeah. So do these ones. The ones that are in the water at the moment do sting, but like so subtly that you don't really notice. I believe, is what
But
I was told.
what if I'm allergic and I don't realize and I have anaphylactic shock? You know what I mean? Like that could happen.
It could happen. It could happen. I'm not going to say it can't happen.
Mm.
Um, I got stung on
Anyway,
holiday, didn't I, by a jellyfish? And I'm not gonna
you
lie, all
did.
it felt like, I didn't really notice it at the time. So I came up, saw the jellyfish, turned around, and then swam into more jellyfish by a complete accident. Um,
The worst thing you did was you stood on a sea urchin.
yeah, that was stupid. But it was worth it because I got to climb on top of that rock and jump off a few times, which was good. I'm just trying to. No, it's not box jellyfish.
It better not be a box jellyfish, one of the world's
Imagine
most
that.
venomous
I
jellyfish.
I tell you what, you would have been a perfect person to send it to. Um I saw a post yesterday. I can't remember the type of jellyfish it was, but they were staying on a cliff filming this jellyfish, and it did genuinely look like a sea monster. It was bigger than a dustbin lid. It was a moon jellyfish. Moon jellyfish are the ones that are in Falmouth at the moment, and there are. I'm not going to lie, mate. When I went kayaking, thousands of them. But just to make you feel even better, there were thousands of them, but most of them are half dead. But apparently, because the temperature's gone up, they're now in bloom, and there are lots of them, and they're all very much alive. So enjoy your swim tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm probably not getting in the sea tomorrow now, and I'm probably just gonna go to the pool. I can't. I have to go to the sea because I put it out on socials, so somebody might end up turning up. So I've got to get in the sea now. I've got to.
So, so what I'm going to ask you now is just with all jokes aside, mentally, I would have found, and don't get me wrong, even if I could swim like you, if I had that capability, I would have found that swim yesterday that you done far worse than anything, or whatever it was, far worse than anything else. Like, freaking, how many lengths?
160.
That for me is horrible. I don't like doing. back when we spoke about this last time, which if it was me doing your swim, I would definitely do the version where you start at one end and you finish somewhere else. The idea of swimming backwards and forwards that many times, that's a whole other different type of mental fortitude, which means I probably should do it, but it just seems gross. So how did you find that aspect of it?
Do you know what? First swim I did was shit. The second one wasn't so bad. This one was all right. And I was actually going to do 200 lengths. Towards the end, I was like, do you know what? I might just do 200 lengths and get five and do 5k. But I was running out of time. And the reason I didn't, there's a couple of reasons I didn't do 200 lengths. One was I didn't think I would do 200 lengths in time before the pool closed. And I didn't want to finish on a weird number. Because then I'd have to do the maths and I didn't want to have to do that. The other was I didn't want to. I was like, if I overshoot this too early in the training, I'm going to do myself in.
Hmm.
And I did like 1k, 2k, 4k. That's my swim so far. So, like, I need to be mindful of that and not just. And I was ill on the weekend. So, I was starting to flag towards the end of the 4k. And I was like, if I overshoot this, I'm potentially going to do myself in. But I actually found it all right, to be honest. When you get into the flow of it, it's kind of quite nice because you're not really thinking about how else. You're just thinking about the thing I'm thinking about the most while I'm doing it is trying to remember what number length I'm on.
So I was just about to say that. How are you keeping count? Is it lives just in your head?
I go up, I do tens, I just do 10 lengths, rest, 10 lengths, rest. And
Okay.
then, well, that's what I was initially doing. And then I think I got to 60 and I was like, no, I got to 30 and I was like, right, let's do 30 lengths and get to 60. And I got to 60 and I was like, right, let's just go to 100. So I did 40 lengths. And then I got to that and then I was starting to get tired. So I did 10, 10. And then I did from 20 to 60, I did 40 lengths straight up. So it was like, I pick a block number. And I was completely, I said I did 10s and I didn't. It was all mishmash. But I pick a number and I just do that. I do that number, and then I just have to constantly tell myself as I'm swimming, you're on 2, you're on 5. There is a couple of times where I'll think I lose count, and then at the end, when I think I've got to that number, I just add a couple of lengths on the end just in case I did miss a couple. Um,
So
but
if a gun to your head, what
yeah,
what certainty do you think you could say I'd done 160 lengths?
to be honest, I would say I probably did more.
Okay. Okay.
Because whenever I question myself, I go back.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll do the same as well.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, so that's interesting. Just out of the count, yeah. So yeah, you might
yeah,
have done more.
I might have done more. Who knows? But yeah, always if I question myself, I'd have to say, have I done 7 or 8? Have I done 5 or 6? Have I done 3 or 4? I don't know. So I go back. I go back and count again,
That is
which could be
proper
brutal.
personal training counting. That is. It's like if when a client says how many more, so it's just 2. You got 2
Yeah,
more.
2 more.
It's
Yeah,
2
2 more. Always 2 more.
That's good. That's really cool, man. That's really cool. I'm going to move us on a bit, but yeah, we're obviously going to update everyone weekly on what we're doing. In fact, next week we've got a cool update of something we're doing together, which is going to be fun. But so obviously, this is the Horizon Strength podcast, as we rediscovered at the beginning of this. But we talk about adventure readiness quite a lot, and the title of this episode is Adventure Ready, and we have a community called the Adventure Ready Strength Club. Now, weirdly, I done a post about this earlier on. Since we have done this, since we've started going in this direction, I see the term adventure ready everywhere, like everywhere, or like adventure readiness, adventure ready. And it's like when you're going to buy a new car and you start seeing it everywhere, plus the algorithm, right? But I swear it is a phrase um, that didn't really exist that much in that much marketing that long ago, because now I'm seeing it come from all other places. And for me, it's a positive because what it shows me is that, and I think this is the reason why obstacle course races are getting popular, why people like to punish themselves and stuff like that. Punish themselves, I'm doing air quotes right now. It's because people are realizing that they're not being fulfilled through things like social media. Yes, it is, they get lost on it still, but they find themselves feeling, I need a bit more. And people are leaning towards experiences, toward doing these things. And there's other companies obviously realizing this as well. But we want to do it in a way that is exciting, fulfilling. And what I said at the end of the post earlier on, I was just talking about a few of our clients who have done things. And I finished off my post, the reel I put out, by saying these people all have amazing stories to tell. And our goal is to help people be able to tell their story. And I think that's the power of what we do. It's just making life more exciting and interesting.
Yeah, for sure. It's we've seen it so many times where clients come in and it's always the same thing when people first come in. Is I want to lose a bit of weight or I want to do this that, and the other, and then further down the line when they start to get the bug for something, and then they go, oh, I went mountain biking for the first time, or I booked on for this hike that I never thought I'd be able to do, and that then you see them get really excited rather than go, oh, I've lost another kilo this week, yay! It's more like, how cool is this? I never thought I'd be able to do this, but I booked onto this thing. And it's always, I never thought I'd be able to do this. And then they've proven to themselves, because they, time and time again in the gym, they've proven to themselves that, oh, I keep every week doing things in the gym that I never thought I'd be able to do. So if I can keep doing that in the gym, why then can I not go on this? Why can I not go and climb this mountain? You know, because I've surprised myself every fucking week in the gym. So why not go and do this thing that I never ever thought I'd be able to do?
Yeah, and that really is the best thing to see. And it makes training easier as well. I think that's just a key thing for people to understand, because you're not constantly thinking about losing that weight, and then if you gain that pound back at any point, you're not then worried about you don't care. You don't care, because if you're training for capability, for confidence in the outside in different environments, then you don't really care about you don't care. You do care. You do care how you look. You care how you feel more though. And the best thing is that the way we train people, it's no more effort, but the rewards are so much better, because you get the aesthetics by default as long as you look after your food. You get the aesthetics by default, but you're also capable of a shitload more than your average gym goer. And that's, I think, the beauty of when we decided. And I think the reason we decided to go down this route, I don't know about you actually, Josh, but for me, it was just frustrating. I wasn't getting excited about what I could do for people. Don't get me wrong, we were still transforming people, giving them results, but it wasn't exciting for me. Seeing them happy was great and exciting, but knowing that I could make them more capable in areas that will make their life more fulfilling, that was the real attraction for me.
Yeah, for sure. I love seeing it when people do these things that it shocks them that they can do it, and especially when you knew the whole time that they could, because you see what they can do every day. You know, whenever you see them in the gym, you know, because we kind of know what translates, because we've also done it ourselves, right? We've trained in the gym, we've hit certain numbers in the gym, we've both pushed for strength numbers, and we've both pushed for aesthetic goals, and we know what all those we know what everything kind of translates to. So when you watch somebody when they're training, and you know exactly what they are capable of outside of training, because you see what they can hit in the gym, is amazing. It's just so good to watch them then go and do that thing and be like, oh my god, I did this the other day and I never thought I'd be able to do it. I think I had like one of my clients, she was just like, oh, I've started playing golf. She's just down the driving range, just smashing balls. And she's just like, this is great. I never would have done this before. You know, and she's playing paddle as well. What's that? Pickleball, is it? That's
Oh yeah.
She's playing that. She loves it. She never would have done before, but she
And
thought she could.
So if you're listening, you might not be thinking, "Oh, yeah, but that's not like climbing a mountain or anything like that." No, maybe it's not. But the thing is, it's exploring a new skill set outside of something that is gym based. And when you find that it's exactly the same philosophy, so another thing that fits the same philosophy as what we do is strength training for a sport. So, like an athlete, for example, like a footballer or a rugby player or a basketball player, all of these people, if they didn't have the passion that they have for doing that thing, they wouldn't train as hard and they wouldn't enjoy the process because the outcome is disconnected from the reality of it. But when your reality in the gym matches, you can feel the muscles that you're going to be using, or you can see how it's going to transfer over. You appreciate the workout. You want to do more of it. You want to get better at your craft because you get passionate about it and it becomes fun. And everybody
Mhm.
has more fun doing things when it feels easy.
Yeah, exactly. When it does start to feel easy, it's almost like you stop looking at the ground and you start looking at the view.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
there's some people you see on a hike, for instance, they're they're blowing out and they're staring at the floor and they're not really paying attention to anything. The only thing they're paying attention to is hiking up this hill because they're struggling so much. And then you see the person who does it often and they're hiking up the hill and they're looking around and going, "Look at that, that's amazing. Look at this is amazing." They're enjoying the experience rather than being so stressed about what they're doing and where they are and how they potentially look in front of other people because they're struggling. Um, yeah, so that's one thing you see really change when people start to get that little bit fitter. They start to really pay attention to the journey more rather than thinking about just getting to the end.
Yeah, it's like more thrive, not survive kind of mindset.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, I can actually participate in this now and yeah, and do some stuff.
Hmm.
So what does I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What does adventure ready mean to you? Because the way I look at it, it's like a personal philosophy, the same as any
Hmm.
fitness journey. But what does adventure ready mean to you?
It's interesting because I kind of posted about this the other day as well in a similar capacity where I said part of our philosophy, and we've spoke about before, is adventure ready is kind of it's not that you can do everything right now, but you're potentially only 12 weeks away from being able to do anything that you want to do.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, for instance, I right now will not be able to run a marathon because I've not done any running and I will definitely injure myself. I probably could potentially just do it, but it would not be a good idea and I'd probably injure myself, right? But I would mentally just like drag myself through it and it would take like 12 hours, right?
And you'd be screwed at the end of it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. However, give me 12 weeks, I could probably run a marathon,
Hmm.
right? That's that's what we're both trying to prove now with the challenges that we have going on. And it's being adventure ready is being 12 weeks away from being able to do anything that you want to do when it comes to an adventure. Whether that is hiking a mountain, the classic climbing a mountain is something we talk about quite a lot. Whether it is running a marathon, whether it is doing an ultra swim, whether it is just starting to participate in sports that you've never participated in before, but something you've always wanted to do. Yeah, that to me is being adventure ready, having a that foundation available that no matter what the modality is, whether it's a cardio based adventure, a strength based adventure, a coordination, whatever it is, you can just slot yourself in there within 12 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I mean that's a great way of putting it. That's I think that has been our philosophy the whole time. We don't want to be, we never want to be, we want to get our bodies to a place where we're never more than 6 to 12 weeks of being able to be the best at that particular thing, and that requires balance, doesn't it? It requires having a base level. Again, like you just said, you don't have to be great at everything, but you want to be capable. Everything that's relevant for you. You don't if you don't want to we recommend doing cardio just because of the health benefits. But if you're not interested in running or swimming at all, but you are interested in, I don't know, kayaking or hiking or archery, let's say archery, because you don't need much fitness for that, or golf for that example, for instance, cardio might not be the big priority, but have a certain element of strength and flexibility and mobility and stuff. That all is, and just building that base level of those, knowing that if you wanted to be peak at that, if you train solidly for like 6 to 12 weeks, you would be there, and you wouldn't have to worry about the learning curve because the learning curve's already done. It's just
Yeah,
refinement.
it's like being a jack of all trades, right? So
Mm,
you want to become a jack of all trades, and a jack of all trades is just a master who hasn't specified yet.
hmm
That's all it is, right? So you become a jack of all trades first, and then you specify into the thing that you want to do. And what I would say is, because I think the question off of this becomes, how long do you need to build that foundation? Um, and I would say the longer you spend building that foundation, the more the more things you gain access to, or
hmm
the more the crazier the things you can gain access to, right? So, for instance, I would take Sam, who we use quite a lot as an example now, who's been probably solidly training with me now for, I don't know, 5 years, who we both know is in phenomenal shape. He could tackle some way harder things than some other people because
hmm
he's done the cardio, he's done the strength, he's done the, he's got a good body weight, he's done it all. So he's now ready to go to. He can pick anything really and just go and do it as long as we keep him away from injury. So the longer you spend building that foundation, the more access you get to things. But Sam's been doing it for 5 years. Doesn't mean you have to do it for 5 years.
hmm
I would say a good 12 weeks can get you most places as a foundation. Um, but yeah, what would you say?
I mean, yeah, you pretty much covered what our philosophy is. So mine isn't that different. It's literally just being able to have the confidence to be able to turn your hand to anything and perform it to a decent degree several weeks out. And I think one of the things as well is just working out what you can do, how much time you can give to it as well. And that will also just piggyback on, because I don't think I need to go into what does adventure ready mean. I think you've covered that, to be honest, for both of us. As that
Yeah,
is,
sorry about that.
yeah,
You
no, that's
set me
good.
off on
No,
a.
that's really good. I'm glad. I'm glad because that is what our philosophy is. But I think the next decision you make is how much time can you put to it, and that kind of bleeds into how long will it take you to get that base. Now, we've got a philosophy as well that works alongside this called the baseline philosophy, and that is when you get to a certain level of something, it is on you never to let that drop below a baseline. And we're not talking about your one rep max here. That one rep max is not your baseline. What is your baseline is maybe what can you do for 10 reps and try to keep that 10 reps there level, never drop below that again. Same with like a 5K. What can you run your 5K in? Never let that drop below that again. And for me, I'm hoping that swimming that 1 mile in open water, I've done it in an hour and 2 minutes or something. I hope that is going to be my worst time ever. So that is my baseline. What I what I think we have done very well between us is come up with the Adventure Ready Strength Test, which is a series of tests, and there's just one more test that, well, there's a couple. I know you want to add some throws onto it, but one of the things I'm debating should be added onto it is a slightly longer cardiovascular session, like a 5K, just a 5K, nothing crazy. But basically, it's a series of tests that just test your body in a number of different ways. And we've actually got this in tiers. And one of the updates we made recently to it's in its own separate app. You can get access to it through the Adventure Ready Strength Club. And one of the changes I made to it is everything is personalized for you. So if you are doing your farmer's walk, that farmer's walk isn't based on just exclusively on the weight. It is based on the weight in regards to the percentage of your body weight. Same with the push press, same with the squat. The deadlift is on there, but it's not actually part of the test, but you can test it on there. And we've got something like a broad jump on there as well. And that's the most recent update I made. Instead of ultimate, what is the length you can jump, I've now made that a percentage of your body weight. Now, with all these percentages of all these scores, what this does, it puts you into a category and you can see where you stack up against other people as well. So
Nice.
it's really, really good to see and understand where you are. And I think we've got 20 something people on there at the moment, just who have added their scores on, which is really cool. I didn't even realize that many people are on there. But it's really good to understand that if you can do those things, then that is the baseline that we're talking about. Then it means you're pretty much going to be able to go out and start getting ready for the next chapter, whatever you want that to be, whatever you want that to look like. But you can also use the tests themselves as a goal because there's 4 different tiers to it. So, adventure ready to me means being ready for anything until you understand what you want to specialize in and then start dialing into that. But the great thing is, the way we train people, that might be a seasonal thing. In the summer, it might want to be running. In the winter, it might want to be indoor climbing. It might want to be something else. Like, you don't have to get married to this idea of the one thing. It can be several different things, and that is true adventure.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I like that the app update's great as well. It reminds me of, for people who understand powerlifting, if you're listening to this and you're a big fan of powerlifting, it's the difference between going max weight or using Wilks points. So Wilks points are based off of, in a competition, somebody might win by Wilks points, and that is based off of body weight and weight lifted. So they work out a percentage off of that and get points off of that. It's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
yeah, if people, just to help people have a bit more of an understanding. Yeah, I like that as well. Like we've always said, we've always having that baseline. I know now that unless my arm falls off, I will always be able to bench 100 kilos. Right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's like that will never not be the case. And I think we were talking ages ago about, I think 40 kilos now I could just move around. Like, I don't
Mm,
think I'll ever be a problem to move around because we had to spend a day filming something and we just had like 40 kilos on a bar and we're constantly using it. You spend long enough around weights, that'll be fine. So that'll always be a baseline unless something dramatic happens. So
hmm
yeah, you
And
get to that point, don't you, in training?
you really do. There's, I guess this would be a good point to clarify as well, is that once you achieve that base level, it is, I think it's something ridiculous. Like it takes 30% of the effort to maintain it than it did to get it in the first place. So this is such an important part to understand because yes, it requires upfront effort to get there in the first place. But what it then means is you don't have to spend anywhere near as much time trying to maintain that in the first place. And that's
Mm-hmm.
how you can become this jack of all trades. It's how you can maintain this skill level across different things. And then if you decide, okay, cool. So I can bench 100 kilos. Let's say when you get to that, then let's say I want to have a really big push and see if I can get my first 125 kilo, 130 kilo bench. You will be able to do that, and probably nothing else will suffer. None of your other training will suffer if you've built it up to that baseline and you've built everything up in that way. And then hopefully over time that baseline will raise anyway.
And that's actually one area where people end up causing problems, is that when they get to when they build that baseline and they stop being a beginner in training, is they're so worried about losing their fitness or strength in certain places that they still try and build everything at once.
Hmm
And then that's where as you get more experience in training, you can't keep doing that. So it's really important, actually, as we become more mature in our lifting career, that we start to specialize and let other things not completely drop off, but just sit in maintenance while we focus on the one thing that needs building.
hmm
Because everything can't grow at once. Your body just can't handle it. So it is important that we do specialize eventually.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, you will see everything come up together, but pretty soon, if you try chasing that for a long time, like you said, if an experienced person tries to chase it forever, unless they're serious on the amount of steroids, then yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work for you. So yeah, and I think that's such a good psychological point you just brought up. You have to be mentally prepared for some things to dip, but it doesn't matter. Like it really doesn't matter. You can just go out and get it again. And I think that's the beauty about focusing on training instead of focusing on weight loss and stuff because it's such a demotivator if you put the same pounds back on over time. But when you're focusing on training hard, as long as you eat right, then you're going to be fine.
Mm, yeah,
Nice.
I think we've nailed it.
I think we've nailed it. Do you remember, Josh, a few weeks ago we said, I tell you what, let's try to keep all the podcasts for about 15 minutes.
I knew that was never going to happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we, as soon as we start talking about a subject, we end up going, "Oh, he said something cool. I want to say something cool." Oh,
It's funny. But yeah, we're just literally hit the 40 minute, 40 minute mark.
yeah.
Unless there's anything else you want to add, Josh, I think that'd be a good time to call it.
No, I'm ready to go and have my dinner.
Cool. If you are listening to this on Spotify or YouTube, leave us a like and as much love as you can. But also, did you know that if you join the Adventure Ready Strength Club, you can actually be here live watching us record this and ask questions at the same time? And if it's a cool question, we might even invite you on, unless you say you don't want to be on, and you can ask it live on there, and then you'll be famous on Spotify and YouTube
Yeah.
and all of that jazz.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, what have you got for dinner?
Egg and bacon sandwich.
I would say, what are you thinking? But that is exactly what I had for breakfast this morning, is an egg and bacon sandwich. Kimberly got this bread that is literally an inch thick slices, and it is soft and it is delicious. And I got some special oak cured bacon to go with it.
Mine's not that special. I think I've got like bagels and bacon and egg.
I do
But
like a bagel.
I've got 60 eggs that I need to eat. So yeah,
I had 2 eggs and 8 rashers of bacon in my sandwich. But we have chickens and they're laying a lot at the moment, so I've got together. For dinner tonight, I am having, and I have not had this in a long time. I am having a tuna rice salad. I never used to like them. I've only started liking them literally in the last few months or so. So easy, just rice, mixed veg, tuna, mixed up with a little bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of paprika. Done. Happy.
sounds awful.
Yeah, it's just cold, and I'm not really that fussed about eating anything too hot at the moment.
Well,
I had steak last night. Um, you can find me at whatever the socials are. Jack. No, it's not at. I always say the at is Jack Horizon underscore Horizon Strength. Is that right? Jack underscore Horizon Strength is right. Yes. Look at that.
nice. And you can find me at Horizon Coach Josh. Yeah, come say hello, and also join the Adventure Ready Strength Club. It's
Yeah,
description below.
yeah. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it because there's loads of cool stuff on there. Wicked. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.